What's going on, Entourage? Todd here. We got on BFA funnel chat number 9, I think. 9, 10. Anyway, we're moving on up there, and I'm really glad to be doing these. We just got Sean, Steven, and Austin hopping on the call with us today. A lot of people in cyberspace, too, probably watching. Today's agenda is kind of more in the basics than the specifics. The whole thing I want to talk about today, as we get into your questions, the 3 people who are here, obviously, before I start presenting things, you guys get your questions in now. You're here. Thanks for being here. But the general idea of what I want to talk about today is how to stay on track, how to stay on script with what we're teaching you here, how deviation can cause reduction in commissions, things like that. That's the main premise I want to talk about there. But beyond all that, you guys, if you would, take the lead, ask some questions that you have. Maybe I can show you some examples with a screen share. So please. And you guys can come on. It doesn't have to be all you at once chiming in.
Hey man, I got a question. So where do I go on Break Free Entourage to get a script to do a funnel?
Get a script to do a funnel. Are you saying like a guided walkthrough?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a guided walkthrough, and like I was watching one of the videos, and Ryan had on there like it was like a Evernote script, and he had like 11 examples. Like, is that available to us, or where can I go to get that? Because I am not a creative writer to start a funnel to begin with, man. It sucks.
Oh, dude, we're in the same boat, man. That's absolutely available. I agree 100%. So there's a couple places you can go to. Are you looking for the walkthrough? How do I do this, or more just like the verbiage itself for the ad and for the emails and things like that?
Actually, a little bit of both, because the only funnel I started was on Real Estate's Ad Academy, and I mean it did okay, but I did my own verbiage, and so it didn't do well. And I mean, honestly, I'm confused whether to use Wufoo or Aweber. I mean, I'm like totally confused, but if I can get somewhere to go in the program and look, I think I'll be better.
Definitely. So let me direct you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys for a second. As I do that, sometimes we have a hiccup where you can no longer hear me. If that's the case, someone just give me a shout and I'll come back over and fix it, okay? We all good? Hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
Cool. So, okay, when you're in digital, I usually, the files and stuff like that are great, but digital is where all of the main information is. Where I like to tell people to start, and by start, I mean, I know, you've done one on Real Estate Ads Academy, but to start with the BFA funnels, under the Facebook ads tab, about midway down, you see the funnel right here. For those of you taking note, I'm not sure if you can see my screen very well, but if you can't, let me know. This is the cornerstone, in my opinion. So this right here, there are 2 cornerstones, right? But this is less of a video sequence where things are discussed and more of a click on this link and look at exactly what it looks like. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm clicking on the one that says ad, okay? This ad copy right here, it jumps around, I apologize. I wonder if I can just back on out of it, or, yeah. So this ad copy you see right here, ready to make the move to blank. We're excited to, this is the same ad copy that I've used for every single one of my ads that have actually worked. So I'm going to go ahead right now and copy this into our chat. Not our chat, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? That status I posted. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure you guys have that because that's important. So we'll say the ad copy from Ryan's ad. Okay, I'm putting that there so people can see that in the future. Y'all are still here, right? Okay, good. But yeah, as you're in, gosh, I guess I gotta go back. Okay, as you're in here, you can click through the various stages and say, what does the ad need to look like? And thereby knowing what text to put on the ad, right? What does the lead pages have to look like? Which is going to pull up right here, which is like, okay, which structure should I use? What color button should I use? Don't deviate from this. And this is, it works for a reason. Obviously, the thing down here says Berkshire Capital down here. When you do yours, you're going to have your own company name down there, of course, as needed to be. But just, look at the way that this thing works. You click on this. This pops up here. You have the one parameter here, which is the email, which is all you need. and then you move forward there. So that's what those look like. So the short answer, I'm gonna hop back over here to you gentlemen. Let me just go back and stop. Okay. Yeah. So the thing to take away from all of that isn't like to copy down as quick as possible, things like that. But if you go to that parameter, that lesson, which is the funnel, it'll give you that total breakdown of everything, including the copy, the structure, what goes where. It'll even tell you a little bit about like Wufoo and Aweber. But if you want the actual quick and easy breakdown of how to integrate those, Steven messaged me privately after this. I've got a list of people who've been here for a while have seen this, but I've got a list of like 13 or 14 videos in an Evernote that will, you can kind of walk through those. And that's like just the only thing that goes over is how to integrate the services together so you can start your funnel. It's not like theory behind anything like that. So remind me, and I'll share that with the group too as needed. So yeah, really good question by Steven. That was a really, really good one. It's like, for us just getting started, what the hell do we do? Where do we find these things? So yeah, absolutely. Cool. Sean, Austin, any of you guys got anything you want to go over before I continue?
Well, quick question for you. It's recently I bought Infusionsoft.
Okay.
Is that worth my money? Should I just keep it simple? What are your thoughts?
That's a tough one. Are you using it for everything that it's able to be used for?
No, it's really sat there. I've been using Aweber over the past couple months, and I wanted to transition to Infusionsoft. It hasn't happened though.
You know what I'd recommend, what I'm having a lot of luck with myself is Aweber is good. Stick with Aweber if for the lists and things like that. But for the rest of the stuff that you should be able to do in Infusionsoft, which I think is like a CRM type of service, you can't do any of the affiliate stuff with this. But if you want a good CRM that goes really well with your lead pages and with your Aweber, Active Campaign is reasonable and robust and has a lot of cool stuff. I've been using a lot more than LionDesk recently. I started with LionDesk. I use all these different things, but LionDesk was my hype for a while, and now I'm on Active Campaign, which is a little bit more. It's like $49 a month or something, but you get 25 seats. So you've got a team, or if you've got loan officers or realtors who are like working together on deals, stuff like that, you can make that work. I like it because it has a lot of functionality from Infusionsoft. When I tried to learn Infusionsoft way back when, couldn't do it either. But it has simplicity too, and it has all the different. It's like the best things from MailChimp, the best things from Aweber, the best things from Pipedrive, all kind of merged into one. So that's a place I might start as far as tech stuff goes. Try it out, get a free trial going, see if you like it. That's what I'd probably do. AJ in the house. I just see his head pop up there. Cool, guys. So for people just coming on board, we had two questions. The first one was, where do we find things at BFA Digital? The second one is, what software do we use? And I think that's like a lot of people go back and forth. The one thing I'll say like definitively that like is not going to change, AJ, back me up on this, you've been here for a while. Lead page is always going to be the best service for these funnels for the most part. I mean, ClickFunnels is great for anything. Indisputably, the landing page should be lead pages. What you do with the email sequence after that, Aweber or anything like that, it's kind of up to you. It's based on what works best for you. But I have lead pages loads really fast, and that matters a lot when you're trying to get a lead to stay on the phone with you. On the phone being like on the ad on mobile. ClickFunnels, it takes like 5 seconds to load a page. After about 3 seconds, that person's done. They just bounce. Lead pages, it takes like 1.4, 1.5 seconds, and Lead Pops is also in that same really quick range too. So they're both good. But as far as so long answer short question, yeah. So long answer short question, I would say the only thing I would say, stick to the script as far as the technology goes. It's given try Aweber, try lead pages. But as far as Infusionsoft, you might be time for a switch, because that's a huge undertaking. I think we use that at Breakthrough Academy for like our like large scale global what we're doing. So yeah, I mean, it's a big one. Definitely a big one. So all right, we got Rob in the house too. We've got a very, very big group today. These used to be like 2 or 3 people strong. Now I'm getting excited because we've got like 4 or 6 or more. So, all right. Did anyone else here? I have a question they want me to go over. Steven had a really great one. Sean had a great one. We can do a couple more, and then I just want to go over a couple talking points of sticking to the script and things like that. So, show's yours, guys. Anything?
Yeah, Todd. I wanted to chime in and see kind of what What's the best way to determine what neighborhoods to target? I ran a funnel a while back and got some pretty good leads off of it. Got about 4 leads off of it, but I felt maybe that the neighborhood wasn't really the right fit. And AJ may be able to chime in on this since he's in my area too. But I just felt like it wasn't as desirable as some of the homes I see that you guys run funnels with.
Okay. I mean, yeah, AJ, do you want to, I mean, since you're in Nashville, so do you want to kind of take this and see what are some good towns you had success targeting, or?
Yeah, that's fine. What I do is I target more of a city as opposed to regions. I do that because if you talk to people around here, you notice that a lot of people, if you ask them where they're from, they'll say Williamson County, or they'll say Nashville, as opposed to Clinton Hill, where people are like Wades Grove, Benevito, stuff like that. So I target actual areas. The funnels I'm running right now are hot condos of Nashville. Don't steal my condo ideas, that's mine. Hot homes of Williamson County, hot homes of Franklin. I am running hot homes of Antioch and hot homes of Wilson County. We run those because they're a little more effective in once we set up the page, we will sometimes do like a hot homes of Wades Grove because it's up and coming new construction area. So you'll see a lot of activity on it, but we only run that for about a week to 2 weeks, kill it, and then switch neighborhoods. But your main page, I always do hot homes of Williamson County, hot homes of Nashville, hot homes of East Nashville. I do if you ask people and you say, where are you from? East Nashville.
Yeah.
Williamson County. You know, everybody wants to know that they're from Ballerville, so they definitely say what nation.
Yeah, and that's my last funnel was ran out of an account I call Settled in Smyrna because I'm here in the Murfreesboro area. And then I targeted a neighborhood here called Hunters Point, and I just didn't see kind of the return that I wanted off of it. And I think if I changed my ad copy over to a city or something like that with a little bit broader range, I might get a little bit better results on it.
Well, and know your market. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man. I apologize. I was just.
Okay. Know your market. So I have for Williamson County, I have the Williamson County Sugar Daddy. It's women over the age of 26 with at least an associate's degree, that their home value or their net value is $100,000 or more, because in Williamson County, we're buying houses for $500,000 up. So if you set that market for that area, you're going to target the right people. Keep in mind, for the most part, women are the ones that make the decision when it comes to purchasing a home. And who is it that's laying in bed while you're trying to watch TV or get a piece of ass that's sitting there saying, hey, baby, you want to see this home? Look at this home. Check this out. You never see a dude doing it. Right, exactly. When guys do it, it's fair. So target women, and you're going to see some better. I see better response with that.
Gotcha.
Cock already have it down to science. We use a lead page, and we'll just set it up on it. Everything's already perfected.
Absolutely.
It's helped us put this together in that. Just, I got to throw that in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, man. So AJ had a bunch of really good points. I'm not trying to present myself here. How do I present anyone who talks? Anyway, yeah. So AJ had a bunch of good points there with knowing your market. But the one thing, I mean, Austin, what was the name of that page? I don't know. Settled in Smyrna.
Settled in Smyrna.
So, oh, like you're getting settled, like you're settling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like settlement for a second. I was like that, but no, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, I like that.
It was my first. I mean, I'm a brand new agent actually. I've only been in it for about 2 months now, and
really?
This was my first run on it, and it was actually I've actually got 2 leads that look like that came off of it that will be converting. So I mean, it worked, but I just didn't feel I got the return I wanted on it. I was only generating about 1 lead every day and a half, so.
I would say there's something wrong with your ad copy. If you're generating 1 lead every day and a half, there's either a limited budget spend. How much were you spending per day?
25 a day.
Holy shit, dude. At 25 a day, there's something wrong with the funnel itself. So there's either something wrong with the picture. Maybe the picture's not appealing.
Yeah.
Maybe the call to action's not as presented as it should be. there's absolutely something missing, because at $25 a day, dude, you should be banging out 10, 15, 20 leads. Now, whether they're good leads or not, that's for you to determine on how you work them.
Yeah.
But you should be banging out at least that many leads, because we are in the #1 market in the nation, dude. You should be murdering it with that much ad spend. I spend about $5.25 a day per funnel. On these funnels 365 days a year. And I get on any given day 5, 6, 7, 8 leads per funnel. So once again, how good they are, that depends on how well people work them. I won't take up all of Todd's time here and tell you how to work them, but there's a very scientific, down to the T way to work these. And Brian Orvell is a great teacher of that. And he's a real estate agent / broker out in Texas.
In fact, you know, that's actually real cool. Would you guys find it valuable if I could reach out to Brian, see if he might join us on Thursday and just kind of talk us through the basics of that? Would that be valuable to you guys at all?
Yeah, dude, that'd be great. I know Brian's doing some he's doing some stuff with Chad Prio out in Dallas right now. And I know they're supposed to have conferences up until the end of Wednesday. But yeah, dude, bringing Brian on to do this would be fucking kill it.
I agree 100%. I'm just taking note of this right now. Keep going amongst yourself. I just want to make sure I get the okay, cool. Yeah, so that's good. And you know, Asia actually brings up probably one of my favorite points in this whole funnel thing with what we're doing. It's like there's two very distinct sections of what we're trying to accomplish. There is the lead generation thing where it's like, how do we get this bucket full of eggs? And then there is like the closing stage, like how do we find a golden egg in this bucket of eggs? So one egg is not rotten. And I think that, you know, with what Austin's doing in his area with $25 a day, it definitely warrants probably a further conversation. So, I mean, Austin, if you want, at some point, I don't know if you want to do it today or do it in a different funnel chat or something, you can share your screens with us and kind of, we can not pick it apart, but maybe find where the stop gaps are and see if we can kind of
I can do that. If y'all want to do that real quick, this will be my first time doing a screen share, so bear with me.
Yeah, I'll guide you to it. So on the left-hand side there, when you move over, there's a bar that pops up, and the second option down is, you see it? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Click that. What am I going to? Desktop one, start screen share. All right.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Hold on.
You know, I got to toss that branding in there every now and then.
I was surprised you didn't do it yet. All right.
All right, let's see here, guys. Let me pull up. Let me get over there. It's not going to be on the page. It'll run through ads. By the way, if it looks like I'm looking away from you guys, I have two different monitors, so.
I figure you still like us that much. I'm going to go ahead and select your screen so you can present to us there.
Awesome.
So in case my dumbass says something that's not going to jump away from what you're doing. Ooh. A lot per click.
So this is what the ad looks like. I'm literally running the exact ad copy from Partridge Creek. I believe it's Partridge Creek.
Yeah.
And, what?
I can tell you your first problem.
First problem.
First problem I see, and this is me personally, and Todd, you're better at this than I am. Your call to action is buried where you have to hit see more in order to actually pull up the link that these guys have to click in order to do something. I myself would try to move that somewhere higher to where it's more visible. But yeah, I mean, you know how people are. People are lazy as shit. They're not going to scroll all the way to the bottom. They're going to skim read everything you got here. And eventually, if they make it down to hit see more, that's where you're getting your 1 or 2 people that are probably pretty good leads because they actually read.
Yeah.
So do you think it's better to put your call to action between we're excited to have you as future neighbors and as you know?
Here, I'm going to hook you guys up with a little sneak peek. Johnny would probably, well, actually, you know what? Johnny Fowler is one of the most giving people that you'll ever meet. So he won't give a shit that I show you guys this. What I'm going to do, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to switch on my screen. I'm going to show you how we do it at Hancock. Once again, this isn't to brand Hancock. What it is this is exactly how Ryan Stuman has said this science works. This is how to do it. So I'm going to switch to my screen, if you don't mind, give you a brief glimpse of what we do, and then we'll kind of We'll compare the two and we'll go from there. Is that okay with you, Todd?
Go for it.
Let's do this. Try to take the porn down right there. Okay. All right. So here's the ad I just posted up yesterday. We've reached 499 people, not a deep reach so far. We've got a couple lead conversions off of it, nothing major. This is a new, because are you guys seeing my screen over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a new ad type for us because the condos is something new that we decided to go with. So as you notice, the asterisks right there are kind of an attention grabbing thing. Some people say to do it, some people say don't. But what you see is verbiage. The verbiage is related to the condo itself, the ad itself. And then you're going to see, in order to gain access to this insider information, simply fill out this form. Boom, here's our bit.ly link. Now we do have the see more, and boom, there's our bit.ly link again. So initially, when a person is coming across this page, they're going to see this link here amount of time on their page. This also goes for mobile. Now, when they go in and they click it, they're going to see the same image, which keep in mind, when it comes to this, the images have to look like they're where they are from. This background here is not Nashville, Tennessee, but it's blurred enough to where you can't tell. The only thing missing is the Batman building in the background. We do have our disclaimer here with the Hancock Mortgage Partners, but this is verbatim to do. Even the lead page that Ryan tells us to use. We're going to hit find out more. This banner matches the top banner, so the people know they're in a safe zone. They're in the safe place because, go up. It's all the same, okay?
And
they're going to fill out their information. It's going to take them.
Real quick, not interrupt you, but that's a step a lot of people are missing.
Yeah,
what you just did, that banner right there. I mean, people just put a picture of a house up there sometimes. That pop-up
right.
is that last line of defense that they have against you before they opt in. So to put that like hot homes in Nashville or like this is where you came from, this is why you're here. I love that. That's huge. I mean, for anyone watching, like do that because that's not something I do and something I'm going to start doing pretty soon. That's a really great.
And this is something that Melvin came up with and Johnny. Johnny is, you know how Johnny is, Todd. He perfects this shit down to a science. I heard him getting someone's ass Friday while I was in Houston because this stuff didn't match all the way. It is important because these people are on the internet. They're getting ready to provide you with basic information, but they want to know that they're in a safe zone, that this matches what they're looking for. So once they get that, you then have a lead conversion. Here, I'll show you guys something. Seconds here, because I want to show you guys I'm not full of shit. That's the biggest thing. You know, anyone can jump on these calls and say, man, I'm doing it. I'm crushing it. I'm fucking things up. And you find out later that they're full of shit. So I'm about to take you guys off the full of shit level and show you some things. Where is my, just a second for my Excel sheet to open up. Now, I was in Houston all last week. So my leads were a little light. Here's a spreadsheet we get on Mondays. Okay, so last week I converted, not converted, but we got 20 leads. If you're watching this, Austin, you can steal some of these if you feel like calling these guys. Robert Cotton's an invalid one. This is a buddy of mine that was running a test run on it. But other than that, these are legitimate leads. I mean, there's only a couple in here that I would question garbage leads or not. Now, if you do what Ryan tells you and everybody else tells you, you do something like this and say, go into the phone number here. Because I want to find out who this motherfucker is and if it's a real person. And then we'll go in here and we'll start doing some Facebook stalking with the phone number first. Okay, that's a miss. See, and sorry, I don't mean to get into my work portion of it. You can see what we're converting. You can see that we're also running a Hispanic funnel. I don't speak Spanish, but we run one because I have an agent who does. These are real deal conversions.
Hey, dude, try that site I just posted on the left.
And fucking computers. Oh, okay, yeah. So here, this is a great thing that you just shared. So you can use, I would assume this is name, email, phone number in order to try to track the person down.
Yeah, it works pretty well. Just don't search your ex-girlfriend or anything. Don't make that mistake that I made.
Oh, dude, she's already on. I mean, if you want to see where she's at, all you got to do is type in Princess Tara, and she's got some weird fucking fetish pages. That's not how I met her, but she's Lucy.
Tara. Oh no, you're serious. All right, that's enough.
Yeah, dude, I was dead serious. Okay, so here's a point on this page. See, I only got 11 leads here. It's because my ad copy was running. And so we had to refresh. See where the leads dropped? They dropped because the ad I was running was an old dated ad and it needed refresh. It needed new pictures. It needed a new target. And so we did that. And then you can see they jumped up. They didn't jump up because it's magical. They didn't jump up because I changed the budget. Like I said, I spend a couple $1,000s a month. Wow. They jumped up because I changed the image and I changed the type of targeting. Keep in mind, if you're online, and every time you scroll past Toyota Cool Springs, there's a fucking Toyota Tundra on there. Eventually, you're going to get tired of seeing that white Tundra. It's going to become automatically ignore unless they switch it to a Corvette or something like that. Then you'll be like, holy shit, this is new. Damn, ad, just different image picture. Hopefully, we're not going to save that. This ad right here, where the fuck did it go? If you want, Austin, I'll tell you, anybody that's in this group that's watching this, if you want to search the hot homes of Nashville, and if you want to copy this, ask you just for my ad spin purposes, not to go in and start clicking, but if you want to copy this layout, feel free to do so. Austin, there's no need for you to copy it, brother. I'll add your name, email, and everything else in a database. You'll start getting these leads as soon as we add it. Shows you how to narrow this down. This has been tested. We run something funnels across the U.S. for Hancock Mortgage. No question that this method works. This is the method that Todd, Ryan, and everybody teaches. So, getting up your webinar here, let me give this back to you, Todd. Thanks for letting me share this.
Fucking finally. I'm just kidding, AJ. I love you, man. Thanks for doing that. That was really cool. So yeah, everything AJ was showing there, if for whatever reason you're not able to find his page or you're just, computer illiterate like that, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I love you guys. But if you can't find his page, then we need to have a talk. It's Hot Homes in Nashville. But if you can't, right, go to BFA, like before. So the BFA Digital Members Area. Like I said, quick rundown of just about everything AJ just mentioned is under Facebook ads. Drop down halfway to the funnel. I'm not sharing my screen, so you guys can't see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, I'm back on my screen here. My goodness. Okay, now I'm sharing my screen. So yeah, you're in BFA. You do this thing. I mean, the point that AJ was trying to make, this thing right here, this ad, it's the same ad that I think Hancock uses in 200 different places in the country. It's the same ad that I use in 8 places in my state. Lead page, it's the, what is it? Bikini Girl? Is that what it's still called? We're still calling it Bikini Girl, or is that something else?
Yeah, it's still the Bikini Girl.
Bikini Girl. Okay, so you'll know it. It's not called Bikini Girl, but just be a visual person. Scroll through the templates. You'll know which one it is. Woofu. The thing I want to go over the Woofu for you guys and for everyone are like, oh, this is different. Okay, well, this isn't your standard Woofu form, so let's disregard this one until I can find you a better one. Oh, yeah, okay, I did. So this one right here, the one that's in funnel, right? It's right. You just kind of figure the questions. You got always ask the first and last name. Huge mistake most people make with this is they get their lead pages info from them, send them to Woofu, and the person filled the Woofu form. There's no identifying criteria, so we don't know who the person is. So it's like, you have to kind of mix and match, and hopefully you can match up like IP addresses or some kind of stuff. Todd at toddholland.com. Just to give you a sense of what the questions on this are, I have to kind of fill it out a little bit on my own, so bear with me. And for this one, top 3 neighborhoods, what's your moving time frame, what price range are you looking in, are you selling your current home, and are you working with a real estate agent, and are you approved by a mortgage lender? Those 6 questions appear in just about every functioning funnel that I run in some capacity or another. Even if I'm doing like a type form kind of a thing where I have like a very extended, like supersized, what do you call it, like a long form sales page kind of a thing that people do, where they like, you know, I'll always like ask those questions in there in some way, right? It's like, and beyond that, I mean, realistically, you know, there's the course where you have the sources information. There's, you know, the funnel chats like these, where some of the OGs and myself and some of the new people all can get together and throw ideas to each other and shit. I mean, if there's anything else you guys need, like, you know where to find it. But the most important thing I wanted to go over today, and I think that, you know, I didn't even need to say it. That's the beauty of this program. I don't even need to say the point I'm trying to make, because you guys made it for me. AJ made it for me, and Austin made it for me. Is that we have to stick to the script. Don't deviate from what works. It's been, you know, pretty much scientifically tracked down as much as you can scientifically track anything in this industry. This has been done. As far as the targeting goes, you know, don't over embellish their buyers. You don't want to have like 500 different kind of targets. You don't want to have like 2 different targets. Sometimes the most effective targeting I've run has been just first time home buyers and likely to move. Sometimes I have to go into like maternity situations. Are they married? Are they getting like divorced with targeting? Point of it is, if you go ahead and check, and this is in members as well, but not everyone has access to members, so I went ahead and did this. If you, I'm sharing my screen with you guys one last time before we call it quits here. So, AJ, you might like this, because I know you do a whole lot of targeting. So, as we get into the entourage, let's see here, we have got. I put in the files this top thing here is advertisement complete guide. That's hang on, it's loading. Still loading. I swear to God, I pay for the fast internet out here, like that 150 mega whatever. I don't know what that means. Just tell me it's a fast one. Really hate to have the slow one right now.
That's a California internet, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I know it. We're not going to get fiber anytime soon. I'm okay with this. Okay, so check this out. I mean, this is really cool. Have you guys seen this? If you guys have, stop me. But I mean, this is all the different, every parameter on Facebook. You know how I'm like always like, oh, there's thousands of parameters. Well, now you can actually fact check me and count these if you're crazy. But they're all here. So they're all kind of here, and you can take a look at them. And if you're doing B2B stuff, you take a look at, you know, some of this stuff here and some of the behaviors and purchase behaviors. If you're selling an app, there's some things you want to look at here. If you're targeting, you know, specific, for whatever reason, you know, investment things. And this one's kind of a good one for your lines of credit. I think if you're targeting based on lines of credit, or active credit card user, things like that. You have some spending methods that are kind of cool. I don't really understand independent investors. Like what is a likely investor or person? Anyway, so I don't really target those too much. If you guys have been having good luck with those, leave a comment for me and let me know what they're for and how we can use them. But everything besides that is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, so take a look at this. Take a look at most things, and that's kind of all I've got for you guys until we got some questions. Let me check the group and see if we have any questions. So y'all just talk amongst yourselves for a moment here.
Hey, Todd, next week, do you mind if I go over a seller campaign? Like, I know there's some realtors that probably want listings. So
yeah, man, absolutely. Okay. Rob coming alive. Love it.
Hey, let me steal the screen real quick.
Fuck yeah, no, it's awesome, man.
Todd, this is that the form that you just went through Wufu. This is an executed version of it, so it does actually work. I get a lot of these responses. This is when you know you have a serious person on the line.
Yeah, exactly.
When all the information matches and it's actually executed. Once again, just like Todd said, it's the same fucking recipe. You don't make chocolate chip cookies much different than the way people made them 100 years ago. So if you want to make them shitty, try to do something different yourself. If you want to make them like grandma made it.
I mean, that's actually a good point.
That's all I got to say about that.
How come all the delicious shit is like made 100 years ago and we're like fucking up? Like all the horrible things we eat in restaurants now, like those low-calorie mushroom stacks, they call it cheeseburger for some godforsaken abomination. That's not food. That's new. That's a new horrible idea. I'll save it. I went to this vegetarian restaurant over the weekend. Oh my God. This should be where my food gets its dinner, and I ended up eating there, and it was just the worst. If you're a vegetarian watching this, I'm sorry. I still have love for you. I just don't understand you.
I'm not sorry. I don't trust a person that doesn't eat meat.
At the end of the day. Nor do I serve a
Anybody
person that serves me food that's not meat. So
Anybody that eats my food's food is wrong.
and my food's that's right. That's goddamn right. Man, I love this group. You guys remind me a bunch of like salesman Ron Swansons at the end of the day. It's like it's fantastic. I don't know who Ron Swanson is. No one lives under a rock. Cool.
You know, one thing they haven't changed that they've been making the same way for hundreds of years.
What's that?
Pussy.
That's right. That's right. And when they do try to change it, that definitely makes the news, I think, right? Heard about that this year.
Yeah, absolutely. When they try to convert it.
That's the one kind of conversion that results are mixed.
Yeah, very mixed.
Oh, all right, so we got a question from Dave Straussman here. I'm seeing this right here on the group. I posted an ad I ran the other day, got nothing. Question. I know you recommend community pages for realtors, mortgages, etc. I ran it from my page. Is that a mistake? Should I create a community page? Am I in? Okay. Better go answer this. So, you know, Dave, I'm going to respond to your thing like in the chat here. But if you're still watching, yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think you don't. I know it's different than. I know it's different than real estate. I know it's an objection we get a lot where we're like, but you know, we don't really have communities that endorse us and stuff like that. I mean, you do. Maybe it's not like, you know, you're probably not going to have like Hot Homes of Nashville endorsing a merchant servant, right? But what you probably will find with that is like some sort of you can make it something like Merchant Services of America or like Elite. Oh, guys, did I lose y'all? I don't know what just happened. Are we still here?
Yeah.
Okay, that was weird. My whole computer like blue screen for a second. Okay, so the question to Chad was, Dave, I was talking about here, is that do a community page. Don't do it for Hot Homes of something. You know, the whole reason doing a Hot Homes of XYZ community page for two different reasons, right? And of course, yeah, like a small biz tips page, absolutely. So, you know, first thing, again, people who've been here for a while, Rob, Alex back up in this. But you know, the one reason that you would do a community page is just so you're not like hard selling them, right? That's one thing. It's like you're being endorsed by someone that appears to be a community. And the second thing is that I don't know if this is correct via EdgeRank anymore, but because of the whole like friends and family thing Facebook's been trying for lately, is it true that community pages just perform better on the newsfeed than do other kinds of pages? That's been my experience. I've seen them perform routinely better in terms of engagement. Run the same ads, same title of the page. I've tried everything, just different kind of page. You know, the business page called Hot Homes or whatever, community page called that. Run them both at the same time, same budget, same generalized targeting in different areas, and community pages tend to perform better. But I don't know if that's like a fact. If I'm just like seeing that as a result. So if anyone knows that, let me know. It'd be helpful.
So
for everyone.
If you don't mind, let me ask you a question. Like I started a community page where it's like I don't know, friends, family, and fun, Fort Worth. Cool. And I loaded it down with news stories, places to eat. I mean, just all kinds of shit, right? Just whatever is relative to go do in Fort Worth. And I was thinking about running an ad on there that would be like Hot Homes Tanglewood, which is a high-end neighborhood in Fort Worth. So I could do that instead of running it on my business page. I should get a better lead generation from that. Is what I'm getting, right?
Yeah, and you know, the one thing I'll say too is it's a nuance, and you're 100% right. I mean, there's nothing about what you said that's wrong. But the one thing I'll say is kind of nuanced. It's better to pick maybe like a city. It's all market dependent. Like a city to name the page after, like, or county maybe like a Hot Homes of. Again, it might be different where you're at, but like Hot Homes of DFW, Hot Homes of Nashville is one that we've used here. And when you run the ad itself, the copy of the ad usually is that super hot neighborhood that everyone wants to live in, where it's like, are you looking to make the move to, well, for out here in Marietta, it's Rear Ranch is the one I'm running right now, which is doing really well. And surprisingly, it's not high house prices out here. Everyone's in it for a lot of reasons. But the point I was trying to make is that, you know, the big page, the page that I run the ads from is Hot Homes of it's my wine country, my Temecula wine country. So it's like the overall thing, which has a bunch of different neighborhoods and shit. And then from that main page, I'll run the different ads with different targeting. Like the Rear Ranch targeting has one very specific kind of person to target. You can afford it. The people down in, let's say, North Marietta, for example, which is kind of a little more ghetto, that's the difference. That's maybe like a down payment assistance type of thing, kind of set up like that. So as you go through this thing, just kind of, it always helps to map. Maybe we should do one of these, Rob. Like next week, we should maybe do like a funnel mapping session for how to plan your funnel game for the coming year, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I won't go into too much detail about it right here, but mainly just, get a sense of what your goals are, not just for your production, but for your funnels, for your advertising, what it's going to take to run ads to those, and how you plan on bringing those people that you want to target, like your perfect clients, into your funnels. And just to have that kind of game planned and mapped out, it couldn't hurt. But you're going to see a lot of that. It's going to be one page that's able to run multiple different ads to different communities. So it would then benefit you to be able to, and I think Adrian's going to show something here right now in a little bit here, but it would benefit you to have one large page with many different ads running from that page, as opposed to one page per ad, and that's not sustainable. That for me, anyways, right? So, AJ, man, go ahead and screen share. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, one of the other things, like you were talking about, if you have these pages where the information's ran, where the ads are ran from, there's a little more people, they see it for one, so they know it's not a brand new page. For two, there's a lot of content. The reason why I shared this is because as we were speaking, my admin shared something new. So if you go through here, you would be hard pressed to find my ad that is here, because we feed so much content in it. So when a person test drives it, because they will, they're going to go to this and they're going to look and they're going to say, okay, new group or legitimate one. They're going to see content from months and months and months. Now, here's the other thing. With that content, when you click on it, simply with everything that we do on realtor.com, our Snipply is going to pop up, and our Snipply is going to say Owensville, which just so happens to be the page that we just came from. So you have the same banner that pops up here is now popping up on the bottom. Tell me how strong this is when you go to what you know as a trusted website and you have this on the bottom, because your average consumer does not know that Snipply exists. What the fuck is that?
Mind blowing, man.
Damn.
Sorry, that was some audio that came from realtor.com. It's bullshit that comes up. But anyways, your average consumer doesn't know about Snipply, so they see that and that solidifies even more. And so if you're not using it, these are all tools to help people make buying decisions. So they look at it and say, hey, this is an actual legit website. I've got to take this call. This is Dustin calling. Give me a second here, Todd.
All right. So,
what's up, man?
Goes over a good point. Oh, you're not bothering him with the presentation there. Goes over a good point, and a lot of them there. So I think that, a lot of this is stuff that we can probably continue on with our next conversation. Next week, I'm just going to type this in here, so I can just copy this out of here into the thing so we can play it for next week. Next session, right? So next sesh, we've got Rob. You got like a middle name that's kind of like a fight middle name, like Rob the Clob Sequel.
No, I don't. Oh, hold on one second.
Come on now.
Oh, sorry about that. I was trying to upload some stuff over into the chat for you.
All right, gotcha.
For some reason, my it keeps freezing up over here. I don't know if it's happened to you.
Yeah, a little bit. Let me go ahead and just type in myself manually. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna have Rob and myself, mainly Rob, because I'm interested in this too. Doing a seller funnel. Is it gonna be like a home value type of thing, or talk about it?
It's gonna be all for listings, how to get sellers, and then I'll show a appointment-based funnel. So this way, it's basically like the funnels we're doing now, but this way they book an appointment with you, and then it goes right to your calendar. So this way, you're talking to leads that book appointments with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like this way, they have options where a lead opts in, and then they'll pick like times they can chat with you. So it'll be like Tuesday at 2 or Friday at 1. So this way, you have like dealing with leads that are appointment based.
Absolutely, and this
usually they're highly qualified. So
couldn't agree more, and it's huge for. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It's for not just agents either, right? Because loan officers, I mean, of course, they can't leverage the direct listing, but I mean, what can they do? They can in some ways.
Yeah, I have a refi. I'll show a refi campaign too, because on the refi campaigns, they're usually booking appointments as well too.
Sure. You know, kind of what I was going for is if they do get a strong listing client who's interested, they may have an agent they want to work with in the area. It's generally when a lender gives an agent leads, their buyer leads, to be able to give like a strong seller lead to an agent might be a foot in the door too. So this is good for, I think, for agents, for loan officers, for anybody who's really trying to network with the real estate community. So it's gonna be fucking huge.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll do that there. Next session also, I want to go into, I don't want to go too advanced here, but Snipply seemed cool to talk about. I'll tell you what, I'll make a post. I'll post a poll in the group, and you guys can just kind of write in or tell me what's the best thing you want me to focus on, then I'll just kind of scope it from there. I mean, this is for you guys, so that's the whole point. Yeah. Cool. Everyone having as much fun as I am, because I'm having a lot of fun here.
Good
Rob,
stuff,
what are you posting
man.
on, brother?
Like some refi example campaigns I'll be doing for next week. I'll show you like what happens, how they book, and how they book appointments and all that kind of stuff.
Do you want me to copy these out of here for you, or do you want to just leave them in here?
Oh, who sees these? I thought everyone saw these.
Just people here on the chat. Yeah, just us four.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you can copy them out, or I'll put together like some slides maybe for next week. However you want to do it, whatever's easier.
Cool, man. I'll just I'll spam your message box with it. So.
All right.
Cool, man. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for coming on board. This is really starting to take off. Again, next week, if you have any interest in listings or getting your agent listings, please come on board, and we'll go from there. So, you know, make it a great one. Thank you all for coming on board today, okay?
Cool. Awesome, man. Thanks, man.
Take care, everybody.